Hello my dudes, welcome to another week's mini vlog. If you haven't been here before, I am Rachel. Welcome to Book Boop. This mini vlog is basically a catch up about my week, what I've been doing this week, what I've been reading this week, and also a chance to be able to chat with you to find out how your week's been going. So how are you? How has your week been? I hope you've had a chill week. I hope that you got to have a great holiday weekend if this past weekend was a holiday weekend for you. In the States, we celebrated Labor Day, which is a day of laborlessness. It's a day where we just have an extra day off just to have a long weekend, and it was great. We didn't really have any plans specifically over that weekend, so it was really chill, and we just got to hang out, which was super fun. Work week has been really good. Nothing crazy going on. It's been a pretty chill week. This week has flown by. My goodness, it's gone so fast. I finally got my book order that I bought for myself for my birthday. I had quite a bit of points racked up for Book Outlet, and so I wanted to use those points and get some books for like super cheap, even cheaper than I normally would at Book Outlet, because I had some points racked up that I really wanted to use. So I ended up buying 7 books, which I'm not going to show them right here, but I am going to film a video later today of my birthday haul of not only the books that I got for my birthday, but just a few like random things that I got for my birthday too that I thought would be fun to share, just some fun little gifts and stuff. So I'm going to film that later today and post that Monday, so I'm looking forward to that, although slightly nervous about filming it. I don't know why I get nervous about filming sit-down videos sometimes, like hauls and things like that. I always get nervous about it, but I think it'll be fun, and it'll be fun to kind of show you guys some things that I got, especially the books. Oh my goodness, when the books finally came in, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. I love getting new books and getting just like physically hold them in my hands, and some of the covers are so gorgeous, and it just makes me so happy. And then I love placing them on my shelves, and it just makes me happy. I love getting new books. I really do. Reading has been really good this week, although it's kind of felt a little bit slow. So I did finally finish A Tale of Magic by Colfer, which is his kind of prequel spin-off series from the Land of Stories, and I really loved it. It reminded me of how much I love Land of Stories, and I really enjoy Chris Colfer's writing, because he's really good about creating these very fleshed out, intricate worlds and characters, but it's really easy to get into. Like, you don't feel overwhelmed with the amount of information that's thrown at you. It's just fun. And I love too that he's still able to surprise me, which I kind of forgot about when I read Land of Stories, that there's some twists and turns in the stories that I don't expect, which is really cool coming from a middle grade, because sometimes some like plot twists or things like that you can kind of see coming in middle grades because they're geared a little bit more towards kids, but he's really good at just being able to mask these really crazy plot twists that I just get blown away with, and it's just fun. It was a really fun book, and I'm excited to read the next one. Again, I feel like I'm apologizing every time, but I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. He's rolling on the floor and rubbing his face into the carpet and snorting, so he's a weird boy, but I love him. So I finished Tale of Magic, which was great. Can't wait to read the next one. I think it comes out either this month or next month, so I hopefully will jump into that soon, because there was a lot of information thrown at me in Tale of Magic, so I want to try to make sure I retain that information and move on to the next one. The book that I am reading right now is The Last Life of Prince Alastor by Alexandra Bracken. I almost said Prosper Redding. It's the Prosper Redding duology series by Alexandra Bracken. I read the first book this time last year, so it's been a full year since I've even read the first book. So the second book I had a little bit of a hard time getting into, because there's a lot of things I didn't fully remember from the first one. I didn't fully remember where we left off, what happened, all of that. I probably should have tried to find some kind of like detailed synopsis to like catch me up. Sometimes I try to do that before I jump into a book, like a sequel to a book that I haven't read in a long time. Instead of taking the time to reread the book, just find a detailed synopsis just for it to jog my memory of all the important plot points. But I didn't do that. I should have. So this one I had a little trouble getting into, and it's very different from the first one to me. The very first book is extremely it's autumn essentials. It's wonderful. It's all about crispy fall leaves. It takes place during Halloween. It takes place during this like small town that's got like these very fall vibes, and it's just a very fall book. very fall and Halloween book. This one takes place more in another world, kind of like an underworld type situation. And so it's much more fantasy driven to me, and I'm having trouble getting into it because I wasn't in the mood. I just got out of Tale of Magic, where I was jumping into, yes, a world that was familiar from Land of Stories, but it's a prequel, like a far prequel. And so the world that we're going into is very different than the Land of Stories one. But I still had general idea, but I think jumping from Tale Magic into this one, jumping into basically another magical world, it's just a lot. My brain's having trouble wrapping around it. Sorry, getting tongue-tied today. But I'm almost done with it. I'm like 70%, 75% done. I'm reading that on my Kindle. And I'm glad I'm almost finished with it. I have a feeling it's probably going to be like a 3-star-ish max, maybe. It's not bad. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not really getting into it. I haven't been really enjoying where the story's been going, this direction. It's like I like the idea and the vibe that this series gives, but I'm not really enjoying the story that much, especially the second one as much so. But I'm almost done with it. And then after that, I got to figure out what I'm going to read, because my parents are coming into town this coming weekend, which is exciting and fun. I get to hang out with my parents for a few days. My daughter is obsessed with my parents, so she's going to be so excited to just hang out with them and everything. Hi, sweet boy. Yes, hi, mom. But because they're coming, I'm not going to have as much time to read, so I feel like I need to jump into another Kindle book, because I tend to read books faster on Kindle, because I'm able to read it in the dark without having another light on. I feel like it's more versatile of where I can read versus when I have a physical book, even though I enjoy reading physical books more. I'm like reversing my sentences. But the book I really want to jump into next is J.G. Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, because I picked that up from the library, and I have the audiobook as well on my phone through Libby. So I'm really wanting to read the physical book and listen to it at the same time, because I know listening to it, I heard the audiobook is incredible, but I also really, really want to read the physical book. So I was like, hey, I should do both at the same time and make it super immersive. But I don't think I'm going to have the time this weekend to jump into that as much, to have that kind of experience with it. So I may be jumping into the classic that I was planning on reading for the Newts Readathon, which is A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, which I've never read. So I may jump into that next. I don't know. Who knows? But reading's been good. I'm feeling that constant push and slight anxiousness with reading this month, because I'm trying to do 10 books in 1 month. And none of the books are super short. None of them are like graphic novels or manga. None of them are novellas. They're all pretty decently length books. So I'm just like, can I do this? And I had this pressure of like, I need to. I don't want to fail on either one of the readathons I'm doing. It's that Enneagram 1 in me. That's my main number. And I'm just like following the rules, and things have to get done, making those lists, making those goals. So it's going to be hard for me if I don't hit those goals. So I'm going to push myself and read as much as I possibly can. Anyways, that's me. That's how my week's going. That's how my reading's going. Let me know down below how your week's been. Did you do anything fun over the holiday weekend? Did you go on a trip? Some people I knew kind of went on a quick little vacation. How's your reading going? You reading some fun books? Are there any readathons you're doing this month? Are any of you doing the Adventures Through Wonderland readathon as well as me? Just let me know. There's so many readathons going on right now, so let me know if you're doing that, or what your favorite book's been so far this month, or whatever. Just have a little chat. But I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you for being here. Bye.